Phil Spencer said that the Xbox business runs at a single-digit profit margin, whereas Microsoft, as a whole company, earns around, often over a 30% profit margin. Now, it's tempting for you or I to sit here and say, well, it's profitable. Why can't it just sit there and earn money indefinitely? You're not thinking like a corpo. To a giant.
Now, this is funny because Lawrence Sonntag, I think that's how you say his name, came out and said, Bloomberg has a piece today claiming that they're the first to report Xbox is aiming for a 30% profit margin. Margin? Question mark. Inside Games is the only gaming news show brave enough to have reported that over a year ago. And that's his video that he links here as of the reporting that Jason, I don't know if it's Jason Schreier or whoever from Bloomberg, has come out to say, oh. Now, here's the problem for a lot of you. And this is why I've said that a lot of folk who are on the PlayStation side, you don't pay attention to Xbox's business. You only pay attention to what you perceive as Xbox's failures. So what happens is you have to actually do a timeline warp. And I'm recording this video. What time is it? 4 p.m. or past 4 p.m. on the 23rd. So I'm sure many people are going to come back from their daily activities and pile more on Xbox. And then we're going to pretty much catch them all in a net and see that they are fugazis in how they actually approach the conversation. Because Lawrence over here is pretty much serving some sauce as to this whole profitability and the target from Xbox. And if you look at the video, it says over a year ago here on the bottom in green, highlighted in green. So let's hear a little bit more of what the law dog is about to say.
Corporation, it's not enough to earn some money. You have to earn the maximum amount of money you can with the resources you're spending, and that includes payroll. So if you're paying people to work for you and they're generating a work product, and that work product only has a single-digit profit margin, you as a Solus Corpo are going to look at that paycheck and say, why am I not giving that to someone else who can generate a 30% profit margin?
And that's what PlayStation was doing when I told y'all that PlayStation would have to go out of its exclusive paradigm or fire devs. It's a very simple equation that you all don't want to listen to. You want to bury your heads in the sand and you want to go on Twitter and talk nonsense and call me Xbot. Like, I feed off of that thing, by the way, because let me just go ahead and hint to you guys. The moment you say Xbot, I smell blood in the water intellectually. You don't have anything to argue against. So once you do it, you're indicating to me, rawr, attack. That's all I see. Just so that you know, because the moment you literally blurt it out, I am coming in. Because you've now told me, oh man, I guess I don't know what, just so you know. So by all means, y'all need to go back and get a software update or at least read a better script. And then maybe you can pretty much pretend to me that you probably are paying attention to what's going on.
I'm not saying it's humane or even smart. In my perception, this is how decisions are made when it comes to large chunks of money. And we just saw a lot of forecasts running behind. And Spencer has spent, which leads me to the fourth point about Xbox's state of business. I think the two recent events I just brought up, Starfield and the acquisition, have completely shifted the goalposts for the Xbox business. Spencer just spent $70 billion.
Yes.
So he's way in the hole. So now it's time to chase margin.
They bought it cash, relax.
I really do think this is like a switch got flipped from investment phase to, okay, it's time to make money phase. So
Of course. What kind of an irresponsible fiduciary custodian would Spencer and Amy and all the others be if they don't want to go ahead and make money for the company that they're working for? I mean, now, I'm not saying that, Lawrence is saying that this is a bad thing or this is whatever it is. No. What's really funny, too, though, is when I was cheering PlayStation on to get that money, did y'all forget? Right? When I was telling them, hey, PlayStation, go get that money. Everybody was looking at me like I was crazy because I was pointing out the PlayStation business and it looked just like the Xbox business. As Lynn Azar in the 27-28 minute mark is answering questions about how they want to move to the 10% profit margin or better CAGR. Any PlayStation fanboy that talks smack about Xbox wanting 30% today is a fraud. Are you listening to me? Not a single one of them would look at this video or talk about how PlayStation was chasing their own profits and sat down with investors. They want to come out here and talk bots and talk about all this stuff. That is how you know you have pretty much left these people in the dust when it comes to actually understanding the business pattern. They don't even know what they're talking about. All they see is perceived. Oh, well, PlayStation, Xbox wants 30%. Some are saying it's unrealistic. Bro, I Googled Google's own profit margin, and they came out to be about, what was it? Hold on, let's go ahead and find Google's margin. Look at here. The profit margin is around 30-ish%, according to this AI overview over here. I looked up Amazon. They're averaging around a 40-something percent, point. Are you all not in the space where you don't realize that Xbox and PlayStation are not playing the same game anymore? They're moving into a broader category like a tech firm on fire, burning everything down. And we're going to get old arcade PlayStation to stand in the way because of what? They sold 80 million outdated units of toy plastic? Oh, man, get the heck out of here, Double. Get the heck out of here. This is the weirdest thing I've ever seen from all these folks. No wonder they went down and sat in front of investors and were telling investors, oh, well, this is how we're going to do from sales and we're going to try to make 10%. And then they asked, even past that 10%, how do you plan on growing the business? And she said that their release schedule and cadence going off console to actually sell first-party IP. If they don't do that, they will not be able to surpass where they are sitting on the same paradigm. Everybody is making changes in the gaming industry, but Twitter likes to sit in the gutter and the mud in this conversation. It's almost frustrating, but at this point, you got to step into the phase of comedic relief when it comes down to it. As Jason Schreier comes out of nowhere and is like, oh, well, I got me one of them sources that's about to... And you're just like, man, will you please be quiet? And that's why Law Dog came out and was like, huh? Bro, we don't talked about this a minute ago. We don't talk bro.
Or you cut costs.
Sorry, that was weird.
You increase your revenue, or you cut costs, or you do both. And they are doing both as fast as they can. They're launching games on other platforms to increase revenue and wholesale cutting studios to cut costs.
I told y'all, hey guys, I was so surprised. Let me show you what I saw on Twitter today. I saw Michael, Legacy HD Killer Guy, right? This cat made what I think was the most asinine thing in my entire life. New Bloomberg article paints, again, a very grim picture of Xbox's future. Grim. This dude said grim. This dude that runs a YouTube channel said grim. Ask him ask any YouTuber, what is their profit margin on their YouTube channel? Go ask them. Many of them have profit margins better than PlayStation. Many of them have profit margins better than PlayStation. All you got to do is talk into a microphone. That's it. You buy a mic once, over time, make money off mic, maybe buy camera, buy computer, and then maybe your power bill in your home office expenses, you and IRS will sort it out. And then you just chat. And then your profit margin is basically to the moon, even if you don't make scrap. Ask them. Every single one of them. These people. He says, Microsoft is laying down the hammer, and they want to see higher profits. What? Of course. Am I right? Margins that are unrealistic and currently killing studios, games, jobs. Bro, it's everybody. It's all of them. This is not just the Microsoft. We've been telling y'all this. You said, and you quoted Bloomberg's article, games that are either cheap to make or demand more likely to generate significant revenue windfalls may take priority over riskier bets. None of you wanted riskier bets when they were bloated, budgets behind them. None of you wanted it. You were like, oh, game budgets are so bloated. Now you all want to come out here and then talk nonsense? Oh, the ones that's the worst one. PlayStation 5 is the most profitable generation, they said. Xbox is like, we want profits, and you guys all lose your freaking collective minds. Bro, you will be farmed for content. Just giving you guys a heads up. Better go delete those receipts now.
$billion thing is pretty apparent, right? You're in the whole $70 billion, you got to make that money back. And to bring up...
They're not in the whole $70 billion. That $70 billion is an asset that they actually acquired by cash. That's where I would say, Law Dog, your reporting needs to put that context in its light and its rightful spot. Because for one whole year, this company tanked Game Pass for $15, then $20. Okay? They ain't in no hole. They're comfortable. They're eating... Activision is basically bringing in its own desired revenue as its own entity. This is not a problem for them. The challenge they may have is probably maybe Bethesda, maybe making sure Game Pass is optimized, and then possibly continuing to offer their services and bring them to wherever wherever it is. And so what have they done? Many of you are worried about Activision Blizzard King. Bro, they've already sealed up the subsidy of the hardware. Did not, well, he didn't see that at the time he was making this video, so I guess. Anyways, there's nothing to say, man. I can't believe how the calendar is proving so accurate every single day. Thanks for watching the video, guys. Peace out.